There we go. We are live. Holy crap, I have to turn it loud in my ear. Anyway, welcome back, folks. We are picking up where we left off. Hang on, I gotta check something. Normalize the date, right? Yes, okay. We are picking up where we left off. And as you can probably tell by the number of raid dens that were uncleared, yeah, because we've unlocked level 5 raid dens, I don't think we'll be able to grind them anymore. Because grinding level 5 raid dens solo either really wants you to level up your Pokemon pretty massively, or you want friends. Neither of which I'm prepared to accomplish. But we do get access to Route 10 now. Not that that gets us anything particularly useful. I guess theoretically, if I had tried to, I could have waited to get an encounter, to get the Kling Klang encounter and hoped for it there, but even then, I don't think that's a good idea. We might just pick up a Snom, just for the fun of it. I am back, and it is tomorrow, buddy. But yeah, we might just try and pick up a Snom. We don't really have any hugely impactful options. Welcome to the stream, Deban. Seriously, why do the encounters on this route have to have nothing juicy? Also, I'm suddenly drawing a blank. I know I've looked up where the Rotom catalog in this game is, but I can't quite remember. Anyway. No, I'm at the end of a Nuzlocke. Played this game on launch. And this isn't my first Nuzlocke of this game, although it's my first Nuzlocke of this one on this channel. But my Heightlocke is kind of near and dear to my heart. I don't have a Nintendo Online subscription. I can't do trading. Alright, let's see. Positive is that Bilbo is finally out of jail. We can finally use this thing. We're holding off on picking up Rotom because even the lowest level we can get it is at the current level cap, which goes through the tournament. So the current level cap is 55. Minion, do you still know Hydro Pump? Oh, you know Scald. That's arguably better. Ant-Man, I should probably bench you for the moment. Yeah, I should break out one of the fire types. We'll go with that, I guess. Gabimaru should be able to deal with the Gardevoir, especially since it's a mono fairy attacker for some reason. I don't know why it's not carrying psychic coverage. Anyway. I did manage to pick up 2 extra large candies. It's a bigger leap than I expected. Check items. I should be leading with something faster than it is. Some of y'all may or may not remember in the world of Gen 6 Elites, where there was a chance, or Gen 5 Elites, where there was a chance that Chandelure was going to get Shadow Tag. I think it's been absolutely cracked and competitive. Oh, I should have retaught. I should have retaught the should have retaught Lamp and Shadow Ball. I don't think for just running around that'll go for Double Edge, but there's a good chance that I replace Facade at some other point for that. Sweet, I slipped past. Alright, let's see. Office worker Ronald is that we just got asked. So now it's either Cabbie Jeffrey or Postman Harper. Postman Harper looks like the easier target between the two. Oh, thanks for setting up rain, I believe. definitely appreciate that. Wish I wasn't stuck relying on Wild Charge or Spark right now, though, because both have pretty significant downsides. For some reason I thought there was a path behind him. Okay, I have taken all of these paths. Oh. I almost got caught. I didn't realize he moved. Hiker Donald. Dang it, I really thought maybe I could slip past this guy. He was so far off screen. Also, I apologize for my fidgeting today. I'm very sorry. Wait. Does Ripen affect... Hang on. Why is it flagging Ripen with leftovers? Huh? Okay. So it's just a glitch. Gotcha. I mean, that would have been my guess, but... I really couldn't have said for sure. It would be cool if it doubled the healing of leftovers. That would turn it from a pretty meh ability into a pretty awesome one. Alright, Gentleman Glenn. Welcome to the stream, Tetsuya Kuroko. Let's see. Any ghost type can deal with the phalanx. Heightlocke is a fighting move, so Heightlocke doesn't get like scrappy or anything, does it? No. Okay, so as long as we grab our singular ghost type. Actually, come to think of it, Gabimaru is the best answer into all of these. It's a Heightlocke. It's a hardcore Nuzlocke where I'm only allowed to use Pokemon that are 2 feet tall or shorter. It's my own... Wait a second. Ah, there's Ed. It's like, I know Ed's carrying the Eviolite. Yeah. The trick of it is trying to dodge the encounters that are not valuable. One sec. With the fan on, I'm boiling in here. Because a lot of the time, you'll have a couple of decent options, but they'll be attached to routes where you've got to dodge unevolved Pokemon and crap. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, I have done... This is my 3rd Heightlocke, actually. So I first came up with the idea when I was looking at Nuzlocks for Pokemon Y. And then I did one for Pokemon... I want to say it was Pokemon Sun? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Heightlocke was in Pokemon Sun. And now I'm moving on to Gen 8. Earlier gens are harder to Heightlocke. They don't have as many decent short Pokemon. Pokeball is strawberry. I'll probably just skip past the last fight on this route by boxing all but one Pokemon. I think this will just barely KO with the hail shit. Also, I keep reading Jupiter as Juniper. And I shouldn't be getting so confused about these guys. I named them. Burn is in case I can't quite manage to kill this thing before Hail Chip puts me in danger. Which I shouldn't have even worried about, but I love how this thing is burned and freezing. Start a double battle when I've only got one Pokemon. I really should have used that on more double battle situations in this run. There are a handful of required ones, and I totally could have slipped past using that. Well, they're trainers. Once I've got the flight point, I should probably backtrack and pick up my encounter, whatever it turns out to be. Probably a Snom. It's not valuable, but sacks are sacks. Right, there's a dude called League Staff Isaac who has some Rotom stuff. I can't remember if that was specified as post-game, though. Anyway. I should really evolve Joan. I've had the stone for it for, like, ages. Taiga, you can't evolve. You would get too tall. I don't think I'll wind up using Super Fang immediately. It might come up, but for now I don't think it's something that I want to slot as a walking around move. Alright, let's get out that shiny stone. There you are. I should have used this ages ago. I just haven't bothered. I haven't had a need for a fast normal type, and Jonah has a pretty terrible nature and the worst ability option. Could have been an absolute terror if it had Technician, but as it is, doesn't really do much. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I really wish that they would make a Pokemon region where you encountered the ice area, like, super early on. I think that would be cool. Because the ice area is always locked in the late game, and that means most of the ice Pokemon are locked in the late game, so they never get slotted into the team. It just dove in front of my bike. Oh, I finally get unlimited quick balls, now that I have 2 encounters left in the run. And I own 2 quick balls. These guys could be useful. So I wouldn't mind picking up some extra stats. Kind of been dancing around battling for most of the run, so... buy any right now, but there's a chance I go for them at some point. Oh wait, one other thing I should do while I'm in there. Because now, Joan has its full moveset. Which is part of the reason that I should have done this ages ago. was the nature that I hated so much on Joan? I can't remember. Oh, plus attack, minus speed. I mean, that's bad, but it's not as bad as some of the natures I'm stuck with in this run. It's sort of mitigated by Cinccino's naturally high speed. Alright, let's see. Black Sludge. Rotom Catalog. And I think that's it for valuable items. And then just some stuff over by the tower that I can't get to at the moment. It has been a while since I've played this game. Pretty sure there's a bunch of stuff around here that I don't remember. I feel like one of the guys in this street like wants to trade a Duraludon or something. I can't remember what he asks for. Okay, I will fight him at some point because I want that, but I'd rather do it like when I know that I've got some wiggle room before a level cap. I don't even have a Rotom yet, so. Ah, this guy wants a Frosmoth for the Rowlet. Look how this is a long street. Oh, the air balloon. How did I not see that in this? Did I already pick it up? I don't remember picking it up. I did, apparently. The fast travel point back at the start of Route 10, maybe? Alright, who is coming along to help catch a Snom? I think Taiga is just generally good for catching. Lead with Suika. Just to sit there while I check a quick ball. Oh, wait, that is the wrong place. Got it in one. Take it. It's not a useful encounter, don't get me wrong. It's just that nothing else here is any more useful, and I like snow. I guess theoretically Cubchoo could have been more useful, but they're both sacrifice tier at best. You get to be Frosty, because he started to melt, so he must have been short at some point. Alright, back to Winded. just gonna go and fight the dude with the Rotom catalog. I want it, and his Pokemon should only be level 34. Gonna take 2 more hits, obviously, after that. Oh. Wait, what? Saddest part is that is a level 34 Rotom, and it just basically one-shot something 14, 15 levels higher than me. Well, that's annoying because I lost my remaining electric type, but it's even more annoying. Well, no, I guess I do have another dark type. That sucks though, it's really irritating. Well, I never will get to try Aura Wheel on this thing. I should have gone with Assault Vest instead of that. Or I should have planned out the battle and known to use a Rossberry. Like, that's entirely my fault, but jeez, that's so annoying. Oh, that sucks. Alright, let's look ahead for a sec, rather than just wandering around. Our first battle of the tournament is Marnie. Ant-Man is a pretty natural choice for that battle. Uiharu makes sense too for the spare fairy coverage. How we're going to deal with Morpeko now that we've lost our Pokemon that deals with Morpeko, which was Morpeko as well, is a bit in question. I think it'll just depend on finding a way to get Dot in safely. To do that, we probably do just want Shamaj. We definitely want Dot around. I don't think we want Velma in that fight, though. Best case scenario is that we get into a position where we can convince Toxicroak to swagger Dot while she holds a Person Berry, because that would give us the power needed to just punch through the rest of the team. But before that happens, we want to bait in... We want to start by baiting in the Scrafty. Yes, so that means our lead Pokemon should be Joan of Arc. Because Joan of Arc can very easily deal with the Liepard in a really funny way that I want to do at least once. We lead Joan of Arc, we take a Fake Out, we encore the Fake Out, and remove our other moves except for Last Resort, then we can start firing Last Resorts into this thing. And that would be really funny. And it would bait in the Scrafty, who then gives us a clear switch to Ant-Man, who can easily one-shot with Draining Kiss and get back to full health. Alright, let's break out a person berry. Generally speaking, this team should do fine. Yeah, because I have the coverage with Dig. I have the coverage for everything that's left. Morpeko is frail. I should be faster than it. I'm double checking something. Yeah, 97 base speed. Not even that impressive. Not compared to the 109. But you know what? To play it safe, I am gonna go and buy those. I'm gonna buy some, I think it's calcium, I want to say, for speed buffs. Nope, Carbos. Just to be on the safe side. Other than that, we should be good to go for that fight. Other than one thing. Oh right, there's a Pokemon Center here. Let's make sure I'm at full health. I did just think of something, though. Alright, this should be a pretty manageable first match. The hop fight afterwards will be a little bit more involved. I just noticed something. Apparently there are a bunch of TMs in this Pokemon center. I hadn't even noticed there was a second counter. Not that I really looked. Unfortunately, they're all super expensive. I'll get these guys. Solar Blade isn't that good, neither is Hyper Beam or Physical Hyper Beam. Okay, I can encore that. Encore that too. Okay, this should bring in Scrafty. Using a safe switch down. That should bring in Toxic. very much. Really? We're gonna dance around this for a minute. And that's why I didn't go for an attack, because I don't want to get chipped by Sucker Punch. I'm hopeful that I eat Swag. There we go. I do have to take a single Sucker Punch, unless he decides to go for Swagger again, because I'm not confused anymore. I doubt it, but it's possible. Okay, that's what he did. Her team is really frail outside of Scarfio, which is handy for me. Iron Head for the one-shot. Yeah, that's satisfying. See, what I'd love to do is just steamroll through Hop's entire team with like a very simple setup, but I don't know if I can pull that off. Anyway. Strawberry does well into this. The tricky part, as always, will be Snorlax. Although, weirdly, he doesn't carry normal coverage this time around. So, Steel, Fighting, and Ground coverage. I have any significant need for a ghost type move after this fight. I really don't think I do. Technically, there is body press on Gigantamax Duraludon. Although I might be able to force that match to be much cleaner just by setting up on one of his earlier Pokemon. That wasn't really an option in the first round, but... You know what? I am confident enough that Gabi can do the fight without, that Gabi can fight Snorlax and burn it without dying. Anyway, goodbye Marnie Tab. Corviknight is tricky-ish. Just because I don't have a great way... Like, yes, I can use Strawberry for it, but that means putting more pressure on a Pokemon that already has... some challenges. If I put Volt Switch on Bilbo, that could be good. I also need to think about the Pincurchin, who would be unable to touch me if I hadn't gotten Azula killed. But... So it has Thunderbolt and Poison Jab. Which means I want something with ground coverage. Trying to double check something. Yes, he does have a full restore. We'll have to deal with that at least. The trick is finding something that can use a ground move, because I'm pretty limited on that front in this team. Normally my answer to an electric type would just be one of my grass types, but my grass types are hit super effectively by Poison Jab. I mean, I guess I could just stall out Poison Jab. It's not even a bad idea. Because Shamaj has Regenerator, so I can switch into as many Thunderbolts as I need to. It's just stalling out a 20 PP move. Let's see. Honestly, though, that does kind of seem like the easiest way to go without having to figure out anything complicated. But yeah, I think we'll want Volt Switch on Bilbo. Let's get the Choice Scarf off of Suika before I accidentally forget that there. So we're relying on Gabimaru to be able to burn the Snorlax, because if that doesn't work out, then things do get a little bit more complicated, but if that does work out, then we're pretty safe. I'll want to fine-tune Suika's movement. Shamaj should be fine, it's just there for pivoting purposes. It will probably come into play during the Rillaboom fight. So we're probably going to wind up switching in Strawberry or Bilbo for that one. And at that point, he should be going for high horsepower. Might just put a Person Berry on you two, because if I'm switching this thing into Corviknight, there's a chance I get hit by a Swagger in the process. And Person Berry could actually give me some options. What moves do you have anyway? You don't need that. I want Protect on you. I think I can get away with dropping Synthesis for that. Strawberry. Do you know Will-O-Wisp right now? You don't. I don't think we have a target for Sludge Bomb, so we can get Will-O-Wisp that way. I should check what moves Freerun can learn. I don't think we have any reason to keep Psychic Fangs on at the moment. Gobby. Fire coverage really is all you need at the moment. I think you're good. Dig as a potential way to deal with Pincurchin, but I'd prefer not to go that route because it has Curse and there's a decent chance it'll get some setup. I'm really tempted to teach Freerun Earthquake. Just change the whole strat to be like a Stuffed Cheeks Earthquake and Body Press play, but I don't think that's the right call. Oh wait, I do still need Protect though. Protect at least has some potential for scouting and stuff. Alright, everyone's got items, everyone's healed up. This should be fine. Oh, thanks for the hydrate last one. Yeah, Hop, whatever you say. Of course I got paralyzed. Oh, of course. Okay, if I want to get Strawberry back to reasonable health, we're gonna have to shake up this plan a little bit. And bring in Suika and Power Split. Okay, I think I might just swap back and forth between these two for a sec. I think that's my best bet at getting Strawberry back to high health, because I'll be able to come in on Zen Headbutts. That's fine. I can deal with that. I've got Rest on Suika. This is going to go up at 2 health at a time. I'm not even sure it'll be worth it. Oh, jeez. A single missed Zen Headbutt would be really nice. case. It is only 90% accurate. Sorry this is so boring, it's just... I got unlucky turn 1 and now I'm trying to pull back from that. And... with my fairly limited healing... it's taking I kind of regret not keeping aromatherapy around. I actually could have come in handy. So there's a good chance he goes for his full restore here. So we will need to try and get another burn off, but this time he can't do as much damage to us with Body Slam because his power is split. The issue will be if we get hit. Yep, there it is. Okay, I'm going to do something that y'all might find... well... no, actually... we're gonna keep doing this. Do I have a miss? We got the miss. He's gotta be running out of Zen headbutts and body slams pretty soon. Regardless, we are gonna take a second and see. Weirdly enough, being asleep is actually super helpful here. You can't get paralyzed if you're still asleep. Once he starts going for reversal, we'll need to see how much damage that's doing. Okay, I think we'll stay in and try to get an extra turn of healing. I apologize for how incredibly tedious that was. Match will speed up slightly from this point forward. We want to see what he's going for. I have a curiosity. I think that Heavy Slam will do very little. I was wrong. Oh wow, okay, that was a crit. Really? He's getting a lot of crit luck in this round. Alright then. Jeez. We should be going for Hammer, which is finally the safe switch. Or probably not. Okay. My concern is that if I missed a win of this, I would need to survive a high horsepower. Yes, yes. Round is super effective against fire. I knew that when I was like 8, but okay. That's as high health as I can get Suika. It is Power Splat and going for a move that I resist. I should be able to get some net positive. This whole thing has been driven by the fact that I took an annoying random burn off of double turn down. Luckily, at this point, I can make some health back by switching to Shmaj. Well, okay, actually, no, I can't, because Rocky Helmet and Burn are going to get the kill this turn. Oh well. I still gained a little bit of health. This should bring in Corvus, right? Oh. It didn't. I can get one more turn of recovery out of it. Should be going for Thunderbolt or Curse. Poison Jab wouldn't make sense if we were. I should be. It does have lightning, so it should not Volt Switch out. I apologize for how slow this match is going to be, because this is going to take... I almost wish I had turned off that animations for this. If it'll just start going for Poison Jab instead of... Settle. So I just need to stall out the poison jabs, and then it's easy for Shamaj to deal with. Unfortunately... Well, okay. If it goes for Curse while Shamaj is switching in, that doesn't really matter, because I don't really need to get... I don't really need Shamaj to get his Thunderbolts out of the way. And I do need to remember to save a couple of protects for his relatives, because that thing could turn out to be annoying. Okay, so that was a crit, which means I'm totally safe from crits because I'll always heal more with Regenerate. Admittedly, if I get paralyzed by this, that could turn out to be okay, you shouldn't go for any more curses because I believe that was 6. Now, of course, if I ever misclick and do Protect twice in a row, I will just die. So I think this is my last Protect that I'm going to use for this matchup. Oh, this is tedious. I've just lost too many Pokemon lately, and I don't want to risk it with more aggressive strat. So, for the record, folks, we are 75% of the way there. No. 5 more poison jabs, and we're home free. Now, I should mention there's a small chance that I missed one while I was counting them. So my count can be off by 1, but I can deal with that by just protecting once. When I think he's on 19. That way I don't have to risk switching Bilbo in on the Thunderbolt. Now, if my count is off by 2, I'm about to get hit by a Thunderbolt, but apparently my count was off by 2. That is quite irritating, actually. Because now the Corviclane has a lot more potential to be a problem. I'm still gonna double check. You know what? That means that he's out of attacks? Oh, I totally could have... Okay, well, I will come in and take him out, but I totally could have set up a finisher with gear shift. A crit would go a really long way. Because it is at quadruple attack and defense. Welcome to the stream, B. You just caught the end of like 10 minutes of very slow PvP style. Okay. There's no way that Corvic Knight one-shots through... There's no way that Corvic Knight kills me with this much health through resistance. Body would have been nice, or low. I am gonna risk it. A crit would have been bad, but that works. I will have to take a pretty hefty steel wing here, but after that, I should be able to make up some ground. I should have protected there, to be honest. Fun fact, these power split strats with Shuffle were the entire strategy that I used to they were the entire strategy that I used to clear the Elite Four in the original. It was basically just power split with Shuffle turn 1. And then set up with something, bring in something that could set up. Actually, it was power split with Shuffle turn 1, bring in Drifloon with a Violite to set up 3 stockpiles to boost defenses, and Baton Pass those to something that could set up or deal with the rest of the match. Is that a crit? What do y'all think is going to be the strategy for the next couple of turns? I want Strawberry to have decent health, okay? And the only way I can get that is by switching in on resisted hits to try and pick up leftovers with that. Really? That's your move choice. That is a weird one. For sure. Well, thankfully, we can switch out pretty safe. Okay, regardless of what he does here, I am very confident that I can survive one hit. Into power split. This is honestly the reason that hates short Pokemon the most. It's okay. I think even a crit wouldn't kill it. Alright, and now Shamaj should be able to clear this pretty easily. Run beating and high horsepower won't do much. And its special moves are coming off of a pretty weak special attack stat, especially after Super chunked it. It does have double special defense, so it'll take a couple of turns, but we can fix that. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit. You know, I just realized, actually, it's going, if it goes for... No, because hitting into an immunity would probably end the uproar. You know what? I can test this. So now if I switch in Gabimaru, should be going for uproar. It is not still causing an uproar. But you know what? I think we can wrap this up a bit quicker. Yay, and we managed to save the citrus berry. I can't remember if we're running low on those or not. Anyway, that was such a boring fight. I should have come up with a better strategy there. Alright, we're gonna have to go and deal with some stuff. Or maybe we're just gonna have to... Oh, we just go to the hotel. Okay, I need to check what the deal is with Rose Tower. Okay, so I think we might be at the point where we're gonna have to clear Rose Tower, yeah, and fight What's-Her-Face. Oleana. Anyway, So, Oleana is more or less a poison specialist, but the folks on the way up Rose Tower are steel specialists. I gotta check something. 104 attack, 101 special attack. Okay, so as an offensive Pokemon, Taiga is still better than Gabi. I'm pretty sure that's canon too. Like, I'm pretty sure the Palm Top Tiger could beat Gabimaru in a 1v1. So thankfully that Steelix doesn't have any ground moves. Snaptrap is a grass move, right? However, that Stunfisk does have a water move. But yeah, UA should be able to deal with that pretty well. The thing is, I definitely want Bilbo, but only really for the Garbodor fight. I think we're able to swap the team up, because for the Garbodor, I'm pretty sure our best bet is just to bounce between Shamaj and Bilbo again, just to deal with the poison and ground coverage. I'm gonna put that light clay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only the way up the tower that is a gauntlet. I'm glad your Morpeko is still alive. I didn't mean to hit, no, I was just matching. Hello, Eric. I think he goes into the phone booth next. Nope. I just tried to move the camera. Why does he have 3 different teams on hand, and why didn't you just use all of them at once? If you have 6 Pokemon, you could have just used all of them. Not gonna risk it quick. Also, I should get some practice with UA to try and figure out how are we going for Metal Claw. Not happening, Taiga. I'm just gonna go grab a quick heal. It should be fine, honestly. I've got so many options. And I've got a lot of bulk on my team. Of course I missed. Of course. As much as I want to risk it and go for just a one-shot on the Steelix, it might have Sturdy, first of all. Second, even if it doesn't, there's a good chance that this thing survives. It's got like... What is Steelix base defense at? Like 140 or something? 200. Bit higher than 140. Anyway, U8, you're up. And if it crits with Rock Slide, there's a chance things go badly. I don't know why it went for Crunch. How? Like, I understood when he was going for Crush Claw. My luck hasn't been good in these matches, although I'd rather get the bad luck out of the way here than in the tougher fights like Raycon. Rhypon and Leon. Or Liana. Oh, I'd like to heal, actually, if I could duck out for a second. Where did he pull that microphone from? I love Galarian Zigzagoon, though. I should show y'all at some point. I have an entire file that I dedicated to finding a shiny Galarian Zigzagoon. I never did get that far. I was planning to solo the game with it, but I got lazy. For what it's worth, I like Piers. He's a rare character in Pokemon who I'm actually willing to give a crap about, like, personality-wise. He's very hands-on, and I appreciate it. He's also the only person who doesn't constantly tell us, don't worry about this, the champion is going to handle it. I love how this place is just going to be completely clear now that we've gotten past. Like, they're not chasing to try and stop us anymore. They've just accepted the fact that we beat them. Welcome to the stream, Nico. We are doing some interim stuff. I didn't mean to go there. Oh my gosh, why is this black? Why couldn't they at least have a cutscene for crying out loud? And the unfortunate thing is that I have to do all of these back to back. I can't shake up Team Order. But it should be fine. We're leading with the Pokemon that matches up best anyway. Night, Rafkin. I really wasn't sure if I was going to outspeed that thing. That's why I went for Flame Charge. I figured, okay, I can hit this and then I'll outspeed the next turn. Durant is a speedy little dude. I've never understood this section as well from the perspective of why is this supposedly such high stakes? We didn't show up to dinner, but we now have a confirmed location for him. We could probably just call him. Your turn, Ed. I can't remember if we get healed every field here or not, so might as well try and conserve hit points. Alright, hear me out. What they should have done with this sequence is, like, you make it all the way to the top, and the elevator just plummets from top floor due to the strain of the battle. And then when you wake up from a coma or something, that's when stuff gets wild. Unfortunately, with shift gear, that plane is pretty threatening, so we do have to prioritize it over the Mawile that could hit us pretty hard turn 1. Okay, that Barra could come in handy. I mean, as long as they focus Hop's Pokemon, I'm down. And the next one is a Steelix and a Stunfisk, which is a lot scarier. But we have switches. Definitely not attacking with Taiga turn. Don't lower my accuracy, please. Thank you. Probably go ahead and prioritize the Steelix, just because it's a bit stronger Pokemon. Oh, that was a crit. I didn't think that was more damage than the first time. Taiga? No. Alright, let's prep our team for Oleana. So... her lead is a Frostlass, and this one's pretty simple. We just want to hit it a couple of times. And we want to make sure that we can't be burned, which means we'll be using one of our fire types. But which fire type does better into this fight? You know, here's the really funny thing. Regardless of who we use to take out the Frostlass, it's going to bring in Milotic, and Uiharu could totally set up against Milotic. She can't learn any good moves to sweep the rest of the team. Oh, Blossom, your coverage is unimpressive at best. I guess I could give her, like, hyper voice or something. Round, maybe? Yeah, it looks like round is the only decent coverage this thing picks up. And that would be enough to clear the next couple of Pokemon. Because Salazzle is super frail, and Serena we could easily switch out of if we need to. You know what? Especially since Salazzle is kind of a pain to switch anyone back in on. I think Gabimaru is the only thing that comes in on it even remotely comfortably. Yeah. Uiharu, you're going to join this matchup. You and you. So the question then is, are we good just using... Oh, you know what? We actually don't want Gabimaru to be our lead, because we want to be able to effectively target Or we don't want to get hit super effectively by Frostlass. Ooh. I think we do want Suika for this one, because the more I look at it, the more... Do we, though? So the trick of the whole thing is that if we are... If we're baiting the gunk shot from Garbodor into a steel type, the move is going to fail, which is going to double the power of Stomping Tantrum. So I don't know if we want to constantly be switching Shamaj in long term. I don't know how long that holds up. In fact... I'm gonna double check in a second and see if we have a rock resist berry, because if we do, that would help this out pretty significantly. No, we don't. You know what? We'll just bring something that has potential use into the battle and is easy to sack if we need to. and now I gotta explain that no, you don't get to evolve. It takes so long. You know, I really should have been going for level 51. You know, if I had Trick Room on this thing, that could actually potentially set up on Milotic too. Oh dang. Let's go for it. Oh, that's good. So we've got a Hex coming in, and we don't really have a Pokemon that's built to take it. So I guess we'll just stick with this. Or she can just keep spamming evasion, because why not? Safely brought in Milotic. I forgot have Milotic learn I forgot to have Milotic learn Round, so that's a problem, but... Oh my gosh, I forgot to have Milotic learn anything useful, because we don't have Quiver Dance right now. Like, this is still an easy match. I might have to sleep powder to prevent it from recovering, but... Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna chug away with Giga Drain and hope that it doesn't go for recovery. Should be... You know what? After my multiple mistakes, I am just going to go for the option that doesn't risk anything important to me. Should be Trop Kick coming in. Okay, I need to take a second to think through this. When I kill Serena, Garbodor will come in. If it's up against Torkoal, that means it'll go for Stomping Tantrum or... Oh, you know what? We want to avoid a situation where it might choose Max Rockfall. Except I didn't bring what I need to in order to do that, because I got... Okay, I didn't think this through as well as I should have. Either way, we want to keep Dot at very high health. Unfortunately, Strawberry is kinda weak in the grand scheme of things. I'm risking a crit here, but there's not much else I can do. In fact, I think I just need to sack Psycho here. Because it's going to be going for a random move at this point. Because of how low Strawberry is. I'm not gonna live long enough to attack him. Okay, bring in Shamaj, and I can guarantee the poison move, which gives me a save switch into dodge on the last turn of that. I believe Dot can take one boosted Stomping Tantrum. Oh, or it can just go for Toxic Spikes for some reason. Okay then, I'll take it. For someone who was like, you know what, Psycho, you just died. Go ahead. You can become tall. You're dead anyway. Look at that, 6'11". It's an abomination. I love that shirt. Okay. So, now we're back to Wyndon Stadium. We got a few matches coming up. I'd kind of like to get through at least one or two of them, just to make it so the late game stuff doesn't take as long. I really don't think we have time for all of them, but we have time for a couple. Or at least one. So, we have our battle against Bidet. Strawberry does seem like a pretty natural choice for the lead there. After that, I think Gardevoir is going to come out next. And that's when it gets a little bit trickier. In fact, guys, it's 11 o'clock and my back is kind of hurting. I was really hoping to finish this between, like, today and Monday, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And I would rather not rush it. I think we're gonna call it there for tonight. Not my longest stream, but still, 3.5 hours. We made good progress. We cleared a bunch of mandatory fights. I just want to give myself some time to strategize for the next couple of things. I don't think Nessa should be too bad. She normally is pretty rough, but I've got a lot of grass types on my team. And enough defensive options to realistically pivot. Alistair is never really a huge problem. And just like before, I can ping pong between stuff that he'll want to target with Sludge Bomb and Shadow Ball to shrug off his coverage. Well, yeah. Yeah, I can ping pong between my backup options to deal with his Dynamax. The rest of his team is pretty manageable. Raihan, again, a lot more manageable now that he's not a double battle. Not that worried there. Yeah, as wild as it is, Bidet is probably the best. It is probably the hardest of those trainers. And then we're going to need to figure out a team for Chairman Rose, but I want to take some time to theorycraft. Sorry for the short stream today, but my back is bothering me. It's also the reason the stream started late. It's because I was taking a nap, trying to take it easy. Anyway, folks, that's gonna be it. I'll check if I've got anyone to raid. But it's coming along. We made good progress. In the meantime, I appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Bye. So long. Bye.